Hello, guys. Welcome to Viva Barca and welcome to another interesting episode where we discuss on the latest transfer updates. We start with Pablo Gavi as the Barca homegrown prodigy does not want to be the fit choice in his position. We are going to discuss on that as we move ahead. Secondly, talking about Joao Felix as Barca advanced negotiations for Joao Felix as loan fee has been revealed. We are also going to be discussing more on that. So guys, as we get right into it in much detail, please do ensure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't. Turn on the post bell notification to always stay notified whenever I post a new video. Consider liking the video and please watch it right up to the very end. Barcelona have been quite active in the ongoing transfer window, both in the incoming and the outgoing fronts. The midfield department is where the Catalans have strengthened significantly, roping in the likes of Ilkay Gundogan and Oriol Romeo. Gundogan arrived on a free transfer after his contract at Manchester City expired, while Oriol Romeo signed from Girona for a minimal fee of close to €4 million. Both players are set to play key roles in Xavi's setup, which has now cast aspersions over the role of one of their most talented young players in Pablo Gavi. So indeed, Xavi Hernandez opted to go with Pedri, Frankie, Gundogan, and Oriol Romeo as his midfield quartet in the season opener last Sunday against Getafe, with Gavi only featuring from the bench. And AS is now reporting that the 19-year-old academy graduate will not settle for being the fifth choice midfielder and a substitute role in the squad. Gavi, since enjoying his breakthrough in 2021, has been seen as one of the most promising and talented young players in the game. He is among the players to have had the most minutes under Xavi. The 19-year-old managed 3 goals and 7 assists last season, outdoing Pedri and de Jong in terms of goal contributions for the team. Despite having had to face complications with his registration, the midfield prodigy never showed any discontent while not paying attention to interest from big clubs in Europe. There had been murmurs of him being offered to PSG, which reportedly upset him and compelled Xavi to have a talk with the young star to assure that there was no such move. The La Masia ace has always maintained that he wishes to continue and succeed at Barca, but as iterated earlier, he won't accept a reduced role. As such, the situation poses a challenge for Xavi to rotate his midfielders in such a way that none of them feel left out or less important. As things stand, it is speculated that Gavi would be starting against Cadiz on Sunday, and it will certainly be interesting to see who is sacrificed to make room for the teenager. Of course, we have a lot of midfielders now, quality midfielders, which I can say for me is okay for midfield. Barca have really strengthened that position, and I don't see no need for Xavi going for another midfielder because till now it still surprises me that reports are saying Xavi wants another attacking midfielder as well as a right back. For the right back, we understand that right back is a necessity for us as things stand. But what is Xavi doing with another midfielder is what I don't understand. Because for starters, we know we were trying to push for Bernardo Silva before City had to reject all the little minimal offers that Barca made in the past weeks, and eventually Barca had closed the doors for any possible move for Bernardo Silva. So just imagine Bernardo Silva could have come to Barca, adding to that huge chunk of midfielders that we have. Will Xavi be able to manage it? Because it's not only about bringing those players, filling the midfield department, but the question is, can Xavi manage them? Can Xavi make all those players feel important, not feeling left out? Like how we can see Pep Guardiola doing it in Manchester City. Pep is so good at that. He knows how to rotate. Everybody feels comfortable. Everybody feels like they belong to the team and they can contribute. Nobody feels left out because having that mentality that you are left out, it drains everything about you. And we have seen Xavi making that for some players in the past. And to be honest, it's not all about bringing the players, but can you manage them? Because it makes no sense. Or you just want to have a name that you have top class midfielders, but are you using them to their best abilities? Now we saw Gavi being benched against Getafe last week. Of course, it is strange because we hardly see Gavi being benched, isn't it? But because we have Ilkay Gundogan and Aurel Romeo who has joined the long list of midfielders that Barca have. So I think Javi should try to reason things out before making a decision. There's no need going for another attacking midfielder. Because as we are speaking, that is what Javi is telling the board, that he wants another attacking midfielder. And I ask myself, what is Javi doing with all this midfield? You're not even talking about looking for a forward to strengthen the forward line, which we don't even score much goals like we did before. What are we doing with midfield when we have quality midfielders like Frankie de Jong, Pedri, Gavi, Gundogan? So I think Javi should better reason things out before making that decision. Then on to the final story of discussion. In a major development, it appears Barca have made some ground in their bid to sign Felix this season. On loan, the Portuguese was one of the club's top candidates this summer in their search for a new attacker who can replace outgoing Usman Dembele. According to Gianluca Di Marzio, Barca have advanced negotiations with Atletico over the loan deal for Felix. The player looks set to join Barca on a loan deal until the end of this season. Barca will likely pay a loan fee of about 7 to 8 million. Earlier this summer, Atleti appeared reluctant on allowing the forward to join Barca. But as we head towards the final phase of this window, the club are desperately looking for a suitor for the Portuguese who has already turned down opportunities in the Middle East. So, despite Barca closing in on the capture of Felix, it must be noted that Xavi is not the greatest of admirers for the Atleti forward. The Barca head coach acknowledges the attacking quality of the Portuguese, but he does not like the player's lack of defensive work rate. It was a key reason why Xavi opposed to the signing of Ruben Neves as well earlier this summer, but with no options available, it appears Xavi might have to settle for Felix in the attacking department. Lack of defensive output was one of the key reasons why Felix was not a success at Atletico, but under Barca's more possession-based style of play, there is a chance that the attacker might succeed at Barcelona. So guys, with that, we have come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching. Until next time, bye-bye.